Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about the Marvels because somebody has to talk about the Marvels, right? Not a lot of people talking about the Marvels, at least not in a positive way.
No.
So we're going to talk about the box office projections for this movie, which is basically the Ms. Marvel Disney Plus show movie.
The movie version.
The movie version of it. It is. I mean, this thing feels more like a sequel to Disney Plus streaming shows because of, Monica and Ms. Marvel than it does a sequel to Captain Marvel.
And it's interesting because when you see the projections, which we're going to talk about in a minute, they're getting past what they're getting to be in IMAX, but they weren't going to be in IMAX before.
Right.
They're going to be, no, they're domestic titles they show, but they're going to be aired in China, which a lot of the other ones haven't gotten. So it might come across as looking like it's bigger than it is. I mean, with all the boost that's being given, it doesn't have competition. It's going to be in China. They got IMAX. All these things are things they weren't supposed to get initially, right?
Right.
If it still doesn't do well, then they got a problem. But if it does do okay with those, extra helps, they'll be like, oh my God, guys, bestest thing ever. And it's because, the market, there's no competition. There's just isn't.
It wasn't the worst performing Marvel movie this year. It was the third worst performing Marvel movie this year. And men are angry.
Yeah.
They're big mad.
That's right. They're
the
big
bigots
mad.
are mad. They're so mad.
Because it did so well, guys.
Did so well. Third best.
You take everybody. What is it like the one-legged man in an asking contest or whatever? It's like that. Like, oh well, because or they have the hole in their blindfold so they can see. And they're kicking everybody else's ass.
Right now, you just made a one-legged man feel very bad about himself for kicking himself in his ass.
No, I'm just.
I'm just every time you mention that though, I think back to the '90s, the one wrestling game. I can't remember if it was Raw or Nitro. But I used to play the N64 wrestling games all the time, and I think it was Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's like, it's a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. Woo!
Well, I was thinking when I was a kid, we used to play this game with my siblings, and we would put hats over our eyes and then try to fight each other and hit each other. I don't know why, but we did. But I was older, so I was smart. And I would put the hat on that had the large holes in it, because it was crocheted. It had big openings, so and I could see where they were at the whole time.
So basically, the kid from Fat Albert. You're the kid from Fat Albert with the.
See them clearly.
I think.
Why do you always win?
I think they play that game at the Marvel Studios right now. Let's
beat each other up.
Let's just come up with some random ideas for movies and what would be a good idea. Okay, we're gonna throw all these characters from Disney Plus shows into a movie with Carol Danvers, who's not very popular.
Well, funny you mentioned that because now there's rumors that Valkyrie or Scarlet Witch are going to be in it too. Another character is going to appear.
We gotta have somebody in there that's gonna bring some.
Or it could be Thor, they said, because it looks like they're it depends who you, that guy saw 3 different things and they all said somebody different. But it could be Thor or Valkyrie, because it looks like the rainbow's there. And then...
nothing says Asgard, nothing says the god of thunder like a rainbow. That's where we're at right now.
Somebody else mentioned Scarlet Witch. I don't know. I didn't see the teaser thing they're talking about, so I don't know. But they're talking they might have other characters in it because somebody's got to save this shit. The characters they picked, no one cares.
You got to stay for the mid-credit scene where Thor just sits around.
It probably is like a mid-credit scene.
Yeah, eating a bag of chips, watching them save the world on TV.
Fat Thor again.
Fat Thor, well, nobody needs me anymore.
What a man.
All right, I'm just a man. All right, yeah, these bitches got it. All right, so let's talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you get a woohoo.
Woohoo.
A woohoo. This is coming from Giant Freaking Robot, who got some numbers from Long Range Box Office Forecast. And there she is flying with her cat. Oh my God.
If I could fly, I'd fly with my cat. That would be fun.
This is a freaking meme.
My face,
oh my!
I go, but I try.
Oh my God! All right. So early box office projections for Captain Marvel 2: The Marvels points to a total run under 200. Is this right? Under 200 million?
I think they're talking domestic, but still, yes.
Holy hell! For a Marvel movie?
Yeah, they're saying they think it's going to open between 50 and 75 million, and its total domestic run will be 121 to 189 million, and that's with having IMAX, but that's not counting China getting it.
No, but we're talking domestic, so that is unprecedented for a Marvel movie. Now, here's Here's the thing, though. I would say, no, that's way too low. But I'm like, we've seen DC movies strike out like that this year. And I'm sorry, people are not real excited for more Carol Danvers and her Disney Plus friends. You know, they're not. They're not. They're anti-excited.
They keep trying to make Ms. Marvel stick and it won't work, no matter how many times they try to make her stick.
They're unsighted. Is that the opposite of excited? They're unsighted. They're unsighted for this. With a production budget of $152 million, Captain Marvel 2's projected high-end earnings of $189 million fall short of breaking even. This does not account for international revenues. However, bear in mind, China, Disney movies have not been performing like they were. Even the ones that get the run in China.
That's true.
Don't do gangbusters.
And the thing is, like, too, when they say, you know, it has a budget of $152 million, they say you have to at least double that, not counting marketing, just to cover, like, you know, theatrical cuts and everything else.
Oh, this thing will be on Disney Plus in time for Christmas. Earning only $189 million would be a significant disappointment. They said worries about Captain Marvel 2 underperforming at the box office have been exacerbated by its evident waning social media traction.
No one cares.
And the complicating factor of the strike. The strikes have nothing to do with this movie. So
the actors don't show up and shoot themselves in the foot by Brie Larson doesn't show up and say something stupid. How does that hurt you?
You can actually add another $20 million to the box office just by having her shut her mouth and not promoting this movie. Because she did a lot of damage going out there and running at the mouth. Just like Rachel Zegler. Like, you need to shut her down. She's costing, every time she opens her mouth, another $5, $10, $20 million flies up.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I don't think it's ever going to be make that much money.
No. Yeah, Quantumania really landed with a thud, and that was the movie that was leading into Secret Wars. Like, they're setting up everything.
And Secret Wars, we all know how that went.
Yeah, and then we have the controversy around Jonathan Majors and all that. And now, you know, Guardians did the best because that was a decent self-contained movie.
With characters people cared about.
With characters people still care about. Like, the few characters left in the MCU, they're still themselves, and people still care about them. Captain Marvel is like the least popular Avenger, and you're throwing in a couple of sidekicks from Disney Plus. This feels like a made-for-TV movie. And even looking at it, like, I'm looking at the trailers, I'm like, it looks unfinished. Of course, you know, they're probably not paying their people, but like, it does not look like a theatrical release. And putting it in IMAX is even worse because you're going to see all the flaws in IMAX, you know? Yeah, so it's not gaining traction. It's not gaining traction on social media. That actually does not surprise me at all. Comes out, what, November 10th? All right, so this is coming.
Yeah, we're talking like weeks away, like not even a month. And people just don't care.
I forgot it was even coming out this year. I kept thinking they pushed it back to March.
No, it's this year, yeah.
Oh,
it was one of the ones that didn't get pushed back. And I think they did it because their best bet at getting a good box office is with no competition.
So it's like 3 or 4 weeks away, and nobody's talking about it.
Except for people saying it's going to do bad.
Oh my God. So this is so they would know. So I'm like, well, okay, this is a little premature but they would know at this point, Box Office Pro would have a pretty good indication that it's not going to do well. Now, they were the ones, I think, that called it that Blue Beetle was not going to do very well. It did slightly better than the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario was like 17 million. And it did a little bit better than that, but only did like low 20s or something.
Yeah, that's bad.
But for a DC movie, that's bad. And this thing looks like it's going to perform like a DC movie, you know? And that's not what Disney wants to hear, especially right now when their stocks. So right after this thing comes out, when is their earnings call?
I don't even know when the earnings call is. It'll be next month sometime.
Okay, so this thing will probably come out, I'm thinking, maybe a couple days before. I was going to say, if this thing came out right before the earnings call, and people will be like, hey, Bob, that Marvel movie did shit. So yeah, this thing comes out 2 days.
Okay, so it's the 8th.
After, 2 days after their Q4 earnings call, which the shit's going to hit the fan. Because
they probably made the earnings call early because they didn't want it to go.
Yeah, because if it was like a week after or whatever, I can just hear Nelson Peltz like cracking his knuckles. Like, so that last Marvel movie you did, yeah, Bob, do you want to explain why it only made $25 million, $30 million opening weekend? What's going on here? What's going on? Is Marvel damaged? Do we need to bring the guys in to fix it? I think we need to. Do we need to call up Ike? Does Ike need to come back? I'll bring Ike back in. He'll fix your shit. Ike will fix your shit.
I don't know if Ike would fix the shit, though. Sorry.
Okay. So, yeah, they're saying opening weekend range. 50 to 75 million. Domestic. Again, this is domestic, not.
Yes, it's not that they're not saying.
But under $200 million for a Marvel movie. For a Marvel movie.
And they said, yeah, like the Avengers Endgame Captain Marvel would garner, because of it, 153.4 million opening. So now we're talking like the entire run could come less than their opening week.
Yeah, now they're trying to be like, yeah, because look at all the advantages they have. Few significant, all audience-friendly tent poles on the calendar.
Yes.
And it's still not going to probably do that well.
And they're getting China, and they got IMAX, which they weren't going to have. So they have all these things they weren't going to get. And if it still does bad, that's bad. If it does well, it still did bad. It's because they had extra help.
Okay, so they're like, social media traction for the Marvels has been behind.
No
because
kidding.
everybody's talking about the strikes.
No.
Fuck
No one
off.
even
That's
cares
not
about the
what's
strikes.
going on.
Until they had recent discussions, no one was talking about the SAG-AFTRA strikes at all recently. No one cares.
They're already preparing to blame the strikes and Brie Larson not being able to open her mouth on why this movie didn't do well.
Okay, wait. Their absence in the media circuit could be a major blow in Disney's efforts to pitch the film as a fun escapist experience, leading into its organic girl power marketing message for underserved female audiences. Okay, couple things. Bullshit. Bullshit. Your video was "Don't Tell Me to Smile" was your trailer.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
There's no organic girl power in this. You were going from being Captain Marvel 2 to the Marvels because you're trying to shove every female character in, just like you did at the end of Endgame, which everybody was like, I was rolling my eyes because it was so stupid. I was like, oh, for heaven's sakes. I am your underserved female audience. I think you're full of shit. Organic girl power. Escapist experience? How? Because if you don't go to see it, you're going to be told you're a terrible person. If you go to see it and you hate it, you're going to be told you're a terrible person. Escapist experience, my ass.
So Disney does not have the money to bus underserved women into the theaters.
Not like they did before.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That is you're pushing it with that one. I'm sorry.
Okay. So bearing all of that, pre-sales are bad. They're alarmingly low. Trends are currently 69% behind Guardians 3 and
72% behind Quantum Mania.
Wow.
And 42% behind Eternals.
Oh my God, 42%. Okay.
It's an organic girl power message. It's escapist movie.
Holy hell. So Eternals, if I remember correctly, did under 70.
It was bad.
It was like 68 or something.
The Eternals and them are outperforming sales and interest in the Marvels. I'm like, but it's just a quirky girl power movie. It's organic.
They're blaming Taylor Swift now, too.
Wait. Taylor Swift's Eras Tour just got announced recently. The Marvels thing's been going on for months. This Taylor Swift's Eras Tour, which is kicking everybody's ass, by the way. It just recently got announced like a couple weeks ago.
Well, because of all the conflict overseas and because of COVID 3 years ago, this movie's not going to make...
Because of toxic masculinity.
Because Elon Musk bought Twitter. They can't tweet about it like they used to.
Because Nelson Peltz.
They're already preparing excuses. Could it possibly be that nobody wants to watch your fucking movie? Mm-hmm. That's
and that they
literally
don't like Brie Larson, and they don't like Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel did well because people thought they had to watch it for Endgame.
Holy hell. Stop it. Just stop it. At this point, what Disney needs to do, and I kind of get the feeling that Bob Iger's kind of doing it, they need to just release the shit they've got in the pipeline, flush it, flush the shit that's in the pipeline already, go get some Lysol, clean out the bowl really good.
I was going to say, get a colonoscopy, make sure there's nothing left in there.
There's nothing in there, and then start over. Start fresh.
Taylor Swift's Eras Tour opening weekend totals are about what they're expecting the Captain Marvel or the Marvels, to do the entire time.
It's a concert film. It's just, look, I know she's a big deal. I know she's got a lot of
people couldn't go.
I know.
It's a huge thing.
But that's it's a concert film. Historically, concert films don't do that well.
Breaking that trend.
There's your girl power.
But they're
right? There's your girl power.
Her. No one's going to the Marvels because of the new movie that was announced like 3 weeks ago, and where the Marvels has been pushed back 3-4 times now because nobody flipping gives a shit.
Last time it was Alita's fault. This time it's Taylor Swift's fault.
Oh, good luck telling everyone that Taylor Swift's why you're moving and trying to pit them against each other. Good luck with that. Swifties are going to kick your ass.
Oh my God, the Swifties. Yeah, wow. I had no idea until we did that.
I didn't pay for that.
I would
get
pay for that.
popcorn. If they blame Taylor Swift for the Marvels not doing well,
Yeah.
I want a ball of popcorn. I'm just gonna kick back and let them have it.
Swifties and what they
I
call
will
them.
be like, go for it, Swifties.
The Bree stands, the Bree bots, just let them
The
fight.
Swifties outnumber the Brie bots by a lot.
Let them fight. Let them fight.
They call Brie bots because she acts like one. No, I seriously would be like, I'm just gonna sit back, and this is more entertaining than the Marvels, and I'm gonna watch it unfold, and I'm gonna laugh, and I'm gonna be like, you go, Swifties, you go, kick their ass.
So there we go, guys. This is going to be an epic disaster, and we'll get some videos out of it. I don't know if anybody's even going to care enough to watch the videos, though, right?
Well, I'm placing money on the Swifties.
So please subscribe. Wrapping it up, right?
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.